Hello, in today's video I'll be experimenting with the Orion spacecraft, which will be launched on top of the Delta IV Heavy. I will be using a standardized launch for each altitude as shown in the diagram to make the test as fair as possible. The purpose of these tests is to show how the Orion spacecraft will use its fuel and will be a benchmark for future missions that I can refer back to. Orion will be benchmarked at 3 points: pre-insertion burn, post-insertion burn, and post-deorbit burn. The pre-insertion burn measurement will occur once the vehicle is burned until its destined apoapsis is reached. The post-insertion measurement will be taken after the vehicle is burned and its apoapsis and periaps are the same. Finally, the post-deorbit measurement will happen after the vehicle is lowered its periaps to 10 km for re-entry. With this information I can work out how far Orion will travel for future missions beyond Kerbal. The standard launch is as follows. The rocket will fly at 100% until it reaches 300 meters a second. Once it reaches this speed, it will throttle back to 2/3 thrust. Once at 12 kilometers in altitude, the rocket goes full throttle. At 20 kilometers, the rocket will roll parallel to Kerbin and will be fully parallel at 30 kilometers. After the rocket passes over 51 kilometers in altitude, the abort tower is jettisoned as it is no longer needed. Shortly after 57 kilometers, the external tanks run out of fuel and are jettisoned, and the one remaining engine's thrust limiter is set to 100%. Finally, at 81 kilometers, the rocket stages and Orion makes its own way into orbit. The numbers for the measurements I collected were better than I had anticipated and shows that Orion spacecraft is extremely efficient in space. While it can reach even Duna, it will not make a low orbit, and chances are it will fly past completely. I should conduct tests if it could make it indeed to either of these planets. However, even in a high Kerbin orbit, it has tons of fuel and delta V left. I should be conducting experiments to see if Orion could land and return from Mun and Minmus. When comparing the low orbits to the high orbits, there is really not much difference, and shows that Kerbin's gravity is very easy to overcome. This experiment has made me reconsider the designs of some of my larger rockets, as they are way over-designed. Stay tuned for more Orion experiments and the possible landings on Mun and Minmus. I'm Angry Blender, blend well.